All right, guys, bear with me here. So this, I am going to take you through how I track food. So it starts with my kitchen scale. Check out that email. We link some there. This is one we like, but we linked some other ones. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my container on there. All right, here's my empty container. This obviously weighs something. So a lot of these will have a tare button. So I just hit that. And what it's going to do is it's going to zero it out. Right, so now it's zeroed out. And then mine, so right now I have it on grams. I can make it be ounces, fluid ounces or milliliters, but I have mine for grams. So see there it says 0, so I've zeroed it out. And then what I have here is a filled up container already of my cottage cheese. And there we go. So I have 339 grams of cottage cheese. So then what I am going to do from there is I am going to open up my 1st Phorm app. Okay, then from there, if you're not familiar with it, that nutrition button down at the very bottom, I'm going to click that one. And then here's my day for the day. So I'm just gonna go to meal 1, and then I'm gonna click this little plus sign here. And then I'm going to do a couple different things. I can go to add food. I can quick add the calories if I know that amount for the protein macros, or I can even copy a meal. So I'm gonna go to add food. And then because this is so cool, I'm actually gonna hit this little barcode here. And when I do that, it's going to scan the food for me. So then I'm just going to scan the barcode, and then notice here how it pulls it up. Now when I do that, see how it says 0.5 cup. So on the serving size, unfortunately I can't change anything to that to make it gram. But what I can do is when I look at my cottage cheese, for a half cup, it's 110 grams of a serving. So I had 330, so that's basically 1.5 cup. So then what I'm gonna do there is type 1.5, and that is my serving size. So then I have my 42 grams of protein, and that's really all that I'm worried about right now. If I wasn't able to do that, then what I'm gonna do instead is hit the little plus sign. I can go to add food, and then I can just type in the cottage cheese that I had. So I can type in 2% cottage cheese. And when I do that, a bunch of them will pull up. So I'm just gonna pick the first one. And then notice there on the serving size, now it has ounces. And I'm actually gonna change that to grams. And then I'm gonna type in 338. And look at that, it gives me 35.33. So that's, pretty close enough. So I'm gonna stick with the one that I initially had. So I just deleted that. That's out of my cottage cheese. Now, all I care about is the protein, so I'm not gonna input anything else that I'm putting in there. But for the rest of my meals, let's say I also had for breakfast 3 eggs. So I'm gonna go to eggs, type that in, click on my eggs. I had 3 eggs. Next, I had some egg whites. So this is where, again, I can scan that barcode, or I can just go to egg whites. I know that I tend to do probably typically about 200 to 250 grams. So I'm gonna go with 250 grams there. Ton of egg whites, nice and stinky. And I've inputted that. So far, my protein amount is at 88. Next, for lunchtime, I know that I'm gonna have some ground beef. It's grass-fed ground beef. As much as I would love for it to be, 93%, more likely it's 80-20. So I'm just gonna type in 80%. Look at that, and it pops up just because it knows me. So 80% ground beef. So it has 4 ounces cooked. I like to do it again by grams. When I put it on there, it's gonna weigh about 250 grams. So I put that there. Now I'm at 156 grams. I typically don't do protein shakes unless I absolutely have to. And then for dinner, we have a chicken thigh. So I'm gonna type in chicken thigh. They're boneless, skinless. So right there, boneless, skinless chicken thigh. And you can either do it by the amount of thighs that you had, or once again, I have my grams. I put it on the scale. I weighed it out. It weighed 230 grams, and there I am. So at the end of the day, there's my protein, 211 grams at the top there. And that's what I'm going for. And as far as the challenge goes, that's what the number you're going to input, just that 211. Since you have the app up, and if you want to input some other stuff there, you can. Just to get a good idea as far as what other macronutrients are going on. But for today and the next 30 days, what I'm really focused on is you guys just getting your protein to that desired goal.